$400 a month. That's what serious operators are paying in 2026 to run two rival AIs side by side. Codex Desktop, Claude Opus 4.7. In the next 6 minutes, why running both beats picking one, and the four-letter trick that keeps them from losing the plot.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a fascinating new technical report on the 2026 AI desktop stack.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild shift in how we work.
Completely.
Yeah.
I mean, think about trying to wire your entire house for electricity, but, you only hired a plumber.
Right, it wouldn't go well.
Exactly. And that's basically what using a single AI model looks like today. Solopreneurs and operators have completely abandoned those single AI setups.
Yeah, they're running two fierce rival systems at the exact same time now.
Right, Anthropic's Claude and OpenAI's Codex.
Because people are finally realizing that you just need dedicated specialists. No single AI can do complex, abstract reasoning and raw operating system execution efficiently.
Okay, so let's unpack this division of labor. On one side, we've got Claude Desktop running Opus 4.7, and the report calls this the architect, right?
Yes, the architect. Because it has that massive 1 million token context window.
Yeah, wow. So it just holds everything at once.
Exactly. It can digest your entire code base or a massive library of documents in its working memory. And it uses that for, really deep, long horizon reasoning.
Right.
It actually devises its own internal tests to self-verify its logic before it even outputs a solution.
Which is insane. I read it scores an 87.6% on the SWE-Bench Verified test.
Yeah. Which, just to put that in perspective for you, means it's resolving almost 9 out of 10 unpredictable, real-world software bugs completely on its own.
Without any human intervention at all.
Right.
Okay, then on the other side, there's OpenAI's Codex Desktop, running GPT-5.4. This is the Executor.
Yep, mostly because of its computer use feature.
Right, it spawns parallel subagents that navigate your OS in the background, like actually typing text and clicking UI elements. But wait, let me push back here for a second.
Sure.
Calling Codex an intern that just follows Claude's blueprints feels a little reductive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If Codex is doing all the actual OS manipulation, isn't it doing the heavy lifting while Claude just, sits back and theorizes?
Well, it's a fair challenge, but think of it like a surgeon and a medical robotic arm.
Okay.
The robotic arm, which is Codex in this case, is incredibly fast and dexterous at manipulating the physical or digital environment.
Right, it does the actual cutting.
Exactly. But without the surgeon Claude mapping out the exact incision path based on thousands of medical charts, the arm is useless. Codex is optimized for execution, not abstract problem solving.
Got it. But here's where it gets really interesting for me. If the surgeon and the robotic arm are built by fierce competitors, how are they talking? There is no native API bridging Anthropic and OpenAI.
No, there isn't. Operators are bridging them using something called the Tachikoma Loop.
Named after those AI spider tanks from Ghost in the Shell, right? The ones that sync their memories.
Yeah, exactly that. So Claude drafts the plan, and then Codex executes it locally in a sandboxed Git work tree.
And that sandbox is crucial, right?
Super crucial. It's an isolated draft space. So if Codex, misunderstands a command and goes totally rogue, it won't corrupt your live project.
But what happens during a really long session? We've all seen models just forget their original instructions after 20 minutes.
Right, identity drift.
Yeah. How do they keep Codex from losing the plot?
So they prevent that drift using a shared markdown file. Usually it's named claudee.need. It acts as this unalterable system anchor.
Oh, I like that. So it's not like leaving a casual Post-it note on the fridge for your roommate.
No, it's like carving the master rules into stone. Every single time Codex initiates a new subagent to click or type, it reads that file first.
Just to remember the overarching constraints.
Exactly. And they're also plugging both of these AIs into Universal Model Context Protocol, or MCP servers.
Right, so if you use Linear for issue tracking or Figma for design, MCP is kind of like a neutral translator.
Exactly. It converts proprietary AI languages into a universal standard. So both models can look at the exact same real-time Figma file at the exact same time.
Which has to introduce some friction, right?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes the executor misinterprets that CLAUDE.md file or just misclicks a UI element in the sandbox. You're orchestrating a highly capable but really fragile system.
And an expensive one. I mean, it's roughly $400 a month to run this shared brain.
Yeah, $200 for Claude Max 20X and $200 for ChatGPT Pro.
Right. So why drop that kind of cash on a setup that might still just misinterpret a markdown file?
Because the math works out when you stop viewing it as software overhead. You have to start viewing it as labor replacement.
Right. It's not just for software engineers anymore. The report mentions a marketing lead using this.
Yep.
They feed Claude massive CRM datasets to find broken UTM tracking links. Claude plays the analyst, spots the errors, and updates that shared file.
And then they just unleash Codex.
Exactly. Codex physically clicks through the ad platform's menus to fix the links autonomously. Zero coding required.
And if you think about it, a $4,800 annual spend is a fraction of a human junior employee's salary. You are basically paying for a virtual worker.
So what does this all mean for you listening at home? Take a hard look at your own daily workflow.
Yeah, separate your tasks. Which ones require an architect's deep reasoning and which just need an executor's raw clicks?
Because you're no longer just doing the work, right?
Yeah.
You have to shift your mindset to orchestrating it.
Exactly.
Which brings up a wild thought to leave you with. In the next 6 to 12 months, as unified control planes emerge to automatically route all these tasks, will managing AI teams become our primary skill set?
Yeah, turning us all into digital middle managers.
Just trying to keep our general contractors and specialist interns in line. Definitely something to mull over next time you sit down at your desk.
So, should you be running the dual AI stack? Or is one model enough for your business? Take the free AI audit quiz. 5 minutes, straight answer. Links in the description. Episode 4 drops tomorrow. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.